can tell you that at the time, Harvey and I would have discussions about this, and he would say, "What are you doing? Trying to speak differently from them? Just talk the way you talk." And Harvey is, of course, from Brooklyn, so one hears that, and you know, the convention is that, you know, when one is doing period film, it's rather an accepted convention that everyone has to speak with a sort of British accent, because otherwise you don't sound period. You know, I'm not sure how that became the accepted norm, but it is. However, in this particular context, I thought that the different accents worked really well, because after one of the premises of the story is the difference in background between these two characters and the history of Napoleon and him having opened up the ranks of officers to common-born people. Prior to Napoleon, you couldn't be an officer in the French army if you weren't of noble birth. You had to have a noble lineage to be able to be in the officer corps. So the real source of the antipathy between Harvey's and my character was the fact that I was of noble, I was a blue blood, and he was a peasant. And as a peasant, having risen through the ranks, he bore an incalculable resentment towards me and all those of my ilk. And that was a great source of the enmity between those two characters. So in a funny way, the difference in accents speaks to that.
This right here, right? Check this out. This, check this out.
A man of refinement and intelligence and education feel about this sort of brutishness with which he was being confronted. And I thought that had a lot to do with really the core of the story. It was about this confrontation between these two sort of life views.
It's also fascinating that the nobleman is more capable of letting go of a rigid code of honor, and it's the parvenu who's working his way up, who's
Come on! Hey, Johnny, how about a beer, huh?
A couple Charles Bukowskis?
A couple of Brustoyevskis?
Maybe a Mike Brukaslavsky?
Perhaps a Teddy Bruschi?
That's a good one.
You know, I think I too want a Martina Navratilowski.
Oh, no.
That totally works.
No.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't work. The name has to have a ski at the end of it. You just put Brewski at the end of Martina Navratilova.
But I just thought we were saying funny names.
No, it has to have a ski at the end of it, otherwise where's the challenge? You know, if there's no ski at the end of the root word, then we would just be idiots saying nonsense.
cooked, I've cleaned, I hand washed the toilets.
Everything your butler does for you. I'm not accepting no prep school, Bel-Air bred sellout into my fraternity. I mean, you can stop all
Oh,
that.
wait, Will. I got this one. You think I'm a sellout? Why? Because I live in a big house or I dress a certain way? Or maybe it's because I like Barry Manilow.
Even Barry White, y'all.
Being black isn't what I'm trying to be, it's what I am.
This king was singing, not a word. And anyway, he's dead. So who is it? That's no excuse. I'll show him who's the ruler of all. Sorry. You.
Who am I talking to? I watched you assimilate a whole police station just to get your hands on the evidence locker.
Rick, what is what?
Unity, unity. Who am I talking to?
A man of refinement and intelligence and education feel about this sort of brutishness with which he was being confronted.
I understand you have recently been given the rank of knight.
I've been given nothing. God makes men what they are.
Did God make you the sacker of peaceful cities? The executioner of the king's nephew, my husband's own cousin.
York was the staging point for every invasion of my country. And that royal cousin hanged innocent Scots and women and children from the city walls. Well, Longshanks did far worse the last time he did the Scottish city. Pronunciare mendatio.
Fresh from New York, Jaro, a champion. What a computer style in a Jaro fashion. We fresh from New York, we a champion. In a dancehall style, dancehall style. Take over the whole wide world. But it's undelicate to the boys and girls. Kilimanjaro take over the whole wide world. But it's undelicate to the boys and girls. What a computer style in a Jaro fashion. But fresh from New York, Jaro, a champion. But a computer style in a Jaro fashion. But my is my league, I a dance person. In a Jaro style. Habla, no lo puedo levantar. Only. Yeah, that's the silencer. You